This is Young Trader. This is the last call of the day. So we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, crude oil, and natural gas. But first of all, we'll take a look here at Meta and Microsoft. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude oil and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy or sell any stock market ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have Meta and Microsoft daily chart. Now, these are two of my favorite trades. All the tech is. An easy way to trade all this is with TQQQ. That's always the one that really works real nicely. It's a sweet basket of everything with a small dividend. Okay, here's what we got. All right, we got Meta here. Now, you can see here just an absolute stunner for a run up all the way up here. And then we hit this high of 70.40 on 91. Okay, so then we had this big red candle fell off, and now what we have is we have like an indecision bottoming tail candle situation going on here right now. Okay, so here's what you want to watch on the downside. You want to watch today's low. That's at 695.39. If that's lost, you're going to come right over here to 690.15. Okay, that is going to be your 21-day. That's going to be very, very key. Now, if that's lost, what we do is we'll come over to the top of this candle right here. Okay, you're looking at 682.58. Okay, that's what we're looking at right there, 682.58. You can see how we had to run up, and then the price channel went sideways. So that's going to become your support level. And then we just follow the candles all the way on down here. Okay, you got 665.67. We'll come down here to 659.47. We'll come on top of this candle here at 652, and then we're going to run right to that 50-day at 643.49. Now, I'm not saying that's where it's going to go, but realistically, what you always have to do is I always like to show you the downside just in case it does lose this 21-day. Now, on the upside, well, we obviously want to watch today's high, 707. And then we just follow the candles right up here again. Okay, so we look at that. You're looking at 710.04. We look to the bottom there at 712.60. We'll come over here to this 718.04. And then right here, that 8-day is going to be very, very key. That's 720.52. Now you can see how the 8-day now is flattening out here. Don't know if it's going to roll over or it's just going to be just a flat kind of a situation. But right now, after this big run, it just really needs some sideways action, something here to just to ease it down a little bit. Now you can see here how this was just getting way, way, way overbought kind of situation. It's going to be just a matter of time before she was going to come tumbling on down here. Okay. Now you can see the green crossed over your red here. That looks like momentum to the downside, and that's obviously what we have. So don't get too excited where we're going to run up and break above that. Just basically trade here between this 21-day 690.18 and that 8-day that 720.56 level. Okay. Now, if it happens to break on up here, that 70.40 on 91, that is your big retest. You crack that, you're going to go to that 750 level and just keep right on marching on up here. But really, after this big, strong rally, I just think here it's going to be just a little bit of time here. Now, you can see here where we had these earnings, and the earnings came out there, and it was just a really nice trade here, just all the way on up here nicely. Okay, now Microsoft kind of doing the opposite here. Okay, so we had to sell off here. We blow that 8-day. Now you can see here today so far, we cracked that nice big green candle here above the 8-day. So what you want to watch, obviously, is we want to watch this 8 simple moving average. This is going to be very, very key support level. That's at 410.71. Okay. And then if that's lost here, we're going to come right over top of this candle here. You're looking at 408.91. Then we'll look to today's low at that 407.65. We'll come over here, 406.50. We'll come down to the bottom here at 405.88. Then we have your retest down at 404.37 level here. But watch that 8-day, very, very key. As long as that price stays above, we're looking very, very good. Now, you can see where today's high, we hit 414.92, okay? So all you got to do is look to the left of the chart here. What do you see? Okay, 415.56. This is your resistance level. Now, if we can get above all that there, then we just kind of march right on up here. Okay, so you're going to come right on top of this candle here. You're looking at 418.20, and then we'll come up top of this candle here, which you're looking at 418.65 level. Okay. But now we have this huge gap. See where we have this gap where it dropped right on down? Okay, you have that high of 420 right there, 422.86. Okay, see, you have a huge gap up there, and then we have right here is the fill, okay? So that's 440.40. So you always look to the top of this candle here, and then to the bottom of that candle at 440.40. So again, if you can manage to get up there. However, we have this 21-day. That's going to be resistance. You have the 100-day. We have this 200 SMA here sitting, and then we have your 50-day. So right now, the price is just above the 8-day. So it's going to be a long, but eventually, I think this gap will be filled and we will go much higher. But right now, just watch that 8-day on the downside, and then just look to the left of the chart here. to see exactly where all the levels are, one level to level. But your big target up here is going to be this 21-day sitting at 120 or 421.79 level. Okay, so you can see here. RSI plenty of room to run. This here is right at the bottom. This is oversold conditions. So if that green can go above the red, we could have yourself a nice rally up. Now, a lot of times when I look at a chart like this, what I look at is holding that 8-day. So say tomorrow sells down and holds that 8-day, that'd be your buying opportunity to take Microsoft and then just run that thing up higher here, okay? So again, always be a little bit patient here and just trade these charts. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin, three-way action. I was showing this all the time. Okay, here's regular Bitcoin. Here's the IBIT. This is the long ETF. And here's BITI. Here's the short ETF. This is the way I trade it, and it seems to be working out very, very nicely. Okay, so let me just bigger up here a little bit. You can see it. Okay, so what we have here, you can see where a Bitcoin here is right this 8 SMA here. Okay, so what we have is we have a pole, and then we have this big, long, wavy flag. I mean, we're hitting the ground on this thing. I mean, this is just long here. This is like a descending wedge, but eventually once you get a catalyst, I think you're going to crack above this, and this is going to rally up nicely. But you can see where this 8-day, see where it goes right into the 8-day? Okay, look at this. See how many times? Now we had a little better candle here, but where to go? Right into the 50-day, and then came right on down. Now yesterday we had that big red candle, but today what we have is an inside day, which your high and your low is the inside of the previous day's high and low. That's all that means, okay? But where did it go? Right into that 8-day. So on the upside, you got to watch this here, okay? 96, 769. That's going to be very, very key. And then we look through yesterday's high, 97,200, okay? And then we can just start marching these candles on up here, okay? So you got 98,295. What we have here is 98,440. But we're really looking here is for that 50-day at 99,310 if you can get above the 8-day. And then right above that, we have that 21-day sitting there at 100,079 level. But the 8-day, obviously, you can see is everything. Look how many days here it's been there, and that where the 8-day is just keeping it right on down. Now, downside, obviously, you want to watch today's low. You're looking at 95.65, and then we want to come to the bottom of this candle. That's at 94.285, and then yesterday's low, that's going to be key at 93.305. And then we come over here, 91.455, and that's lost. That's basically just the bottom of that candle. And then we'll come over to the bottom of this candle here at that 89.525. And then obviously, if that's all lost, we have Hondo sitting here, 100-day simple moving average sitting at 87.762. Okay, so right now, what you want to do is just trade this kind of a situation. Now, here we had the IBIT. Now, we didn't really have a whole lot of movement in IBIT today. We had a low of 54.22 and a high of 55. So we got a little bit. I trade 5,000 shares of this. So I'm only looking for 25 cents maybe, first time, 30 cents. It depends on how many times you scalp it there. You try to work yourself up to, like, say, $1 or whatever you can get out of this. But right now, you just don't have the movement. So what you want to do is put these charts side by side. That way, you can see the actual Bitcoin, and then you can see exactly what your trade is doing here, okay? Now, here's the short ski. So you can see here, it was above that 8-day very, very nicely. Now she's kind of hanging right around there, doing just the opposite of what everything else is doing, okay? So this is a really, I think is a very good way to trade. The Bitcoin is with the IBIT and the BITI. So I always want to show that. But always, always, always put a chart up here of Bitcoin, because this is really exactly is what you're trading. So just watch that 8-day, very, very key on the upside. The target would be, if you can get above that, is going to be that 50-day, okay? Downside, just watch yesterday's low. If that's lost, 91.45 is going to be your target. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. Now you can see here, let me just bigger up a little bit for you. Okay, we had this really nice double bottom situation. Okay, put it a little bit lower low, got down to 70.12. Okay, well, the reason you did this, all you got to do is just look to the left of the chart here. Look at the bottom of the candle. What is it? 70.12. Hit it dead nuts. Okay, now it doesn't always do that. Sometimes it'll come in 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, or whatever, but that is your support level. Okay, so that's key. Now you can see where it rallied on up here, went through the 50-day, but right into that 20-day, and then pulled right on back here. But what I like about this is this 8-day is starting to roll up now. Again, that doesn't mean it can't roll back down, but as long as that price can hold that 8-day, this could go higher and maybe even retest that 74.12 level. Okay, so today we had a nice higher high. We held the top of that candle, looking very, very good. So upside here, this is what you want to watch, 72.41. Okay. Basically, right there, 72.76. If you crack above it, we have these resistance levels here, but realistically, your target's going to be that 200-day at 74.12. Downside, this 8-day is everything on a closing basis. If that's lost here, we're going to come right over to the 100-day, 71.41. If that's lost here, we have candles here, yes, but you're going to retest that 70.12 level, okay? So right now, you're just trading between that 8-day and that 50-day. You break up, you watch the 21-day, the 200-day. You lose that 8-day, you watch the 100-day, and then the retest of 70.12. Very, very simple, okay? Now, here it is on the weekly chart. Now, when we look at this weekly, right now we were above all the simple moving average, but now it looks like we're right back above here of this 71.66. But again, this will be until Friday, so we got to see if it holds that 71.66 level. Now, if it can't, then we do is just keep on looking here to that 70.12 level. Then we just follow the candles down. But you got some big targets going all the way on down here. You know what I'm saying? Where you can get all the way down to this 57 level here if we start losing these price channels here. So that's why I wanted to show you here on the weekly chart level, okay? So what you have here, if this is lost, you're going to come down to the bottom of that candle. You got 65.27. What do we have here is you got 63.64. That's going to be key. But then you can work yourself all the way on down here, 62.43 level, okay? And then you can work yourself all the way down to this 57.25 level very, very easily here if this is lost here. But right now, we just have this where it just goes up here and it comes down, goes up here. Let's just see if it comes down or if it's going to break through. But when you look at the chart here, you got a high, and lower high. That's not good for that thing to go a longevity of going up higher kind of a situation here. So always, always remember that here, okay? But I just want to show you there on the weekly on where it could possibly go. So really what you want to do is just watch this 71.66 by Friday. That's going to be key level. If not, we have a target up there at that 73.77, which would be just about where we want to go here before that 200 SMA here, okay? So this is a trader's market. Now, I have a short position on SCO, only just a couple thousand shares, and then I'm just scalping the UCO for the long. But once I seen where it went through the 50, I kept on holding it, went through there, went to the 21. You can see where it couldn't go any higher. Boom, take the trade off, okay? Tomorrow, live today to trade another day. That's what you always want to do, okay? So again, if you can break right on up here, then we can have another target. But so far, you got to get above the 50, 21-day to do that. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, natural gas here. Now we got a couple of different kind of charts here for you. This is your daily, and then we have the weekly underneath here. So you can get a good grip of what's going on here, okay? So when we look at that price channel, okay, you're looking at 4.36, okay? Which is basically just the top of this candle right here, okay? So you can see here how we're going level to level, okay? So now you're at 430, okay? So what we did is we watched the top of this candle, okay? There's your 430 right there. Now your next level is going to be at that 432. Okay, and then we're going to come right up here to your 436. And then we have to see what the reaction is once it gets there. Is it going to break on through here, or is it going to double top situation like we had here and then sell off again? So you got to be very, very, a little bit cautious there. Now, again, if you can get that natural gas above that, then and close above that 4.36, then you can just, you can go balls out, man, and just put it all in there, and then you're going to go much higher. So what we have here for a higher, okay, so what you do is you just take your line going all the way across, okay? And then you start looking at these targets here, okay? So there's your 438 level here. Here we have their, what do we got there? A 439 level going on here, okay? Then we just look right here to the left, okay? So we got 445 level. You got 474. Then we can come over here to this bottom of this candle here. You got 475. You got a 490 level. So this is your next big target right here, would be that 475 level if it keeps right on rallying, okay? So and then what we do is we just follow these candles all the way up here, and then eventually you can bring the price channels across, okay? And then we can just see exactly where it can go. So that can go all the way up there to 760. But look where your big target is here at $10, okay? Again, I'm not saying that's where it's going to go. We got to see what the reaction is, what's going to happen when it gets to that 436 there. Okay, now this is a weekly, so this is going to be good there until Friday. So always, always watch that, okay, on a weekly chart. And it gives you, all you got to do is just look right here and look right here. Those are all your resistance levels. Again, at the end of this video for crude oil and natural gas, I have everything all posted for you. All you got to do is write it down. That's where your upside targets and your downside targets are, okay? So right now here, if this falls off a little bit, all we do is go in reverse of what we had, okay? So what you want to do is you want to look right there. You have that 420 level. That is going to be your support. And then we just follow right on down here, okay? You got 414, and then we have, what do we got there? 405 level here. This is going to be very, very key. And then what we'll do is just keep right on following the candles down until we get to this 8-day, which is all the way down here at 3.68. But as long as this price is above that 8-day, it's sideways to up, and that's exactly what it is doing here, okay? So again, just watch the top of that candle, 436, 4.369. If you close above that, then we have nice good targets up here all the way at 4.75, which is going to be your big main target, okay? So, and natural gas can run, but they don't call this thing the Widowmaker for nothing. So let's see what the reaction is if and when it gets up to that 4.36. Okay. Now, for natty gas, I scalp the scalp trade, however you want to put it, UNG for the long. I haven't traded any KOLD because there just is, if you look at this chart here, there is nothing to short here, okay? As long as you're above that 8-day, this is just scalp long position. Now, yesterday was a really nice because it held all that support. It came right on up. Same way here. Now, T-Man came out there and he just announced that he is, he's going to cut all those natural gas pipelines loose. He's going to, get them all going, and he wants to be the king of LNG, king of natural gas, and the king of oil. Okay, so just always remember that there, whoever's in president, okay, is how you have to trade. Okay, last time we had the EVs, you had wind and solar and all this kind of stuff, but now we have actual fossil fuels. We're back in the game again. Okay, that's what I got for you. Now, I'll be back here tomorrow morning before 7, and we will do it all over again. Thanks for watching.